don't know, I get these wacky ideas and I'm just like, I just go with it. I'm just like, you know, I'm a mood everythinger. I consider myself a somewhat creative person, and so I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and then see how it turns out. But I thought, could I make a tag, a vlog tag, like where I answer the tag questions in a vlog? And so come along for the ride with me. I am doing Jim's books, reading, and stuff, his S tag for Shelly, Swearin' Jen. So thanks, Jim, for tagging me. I really appreciate it. It is currently like 6 something in the morning. I am about to have some coffee, and I'm gonna see if I can do this tag vlog style. So I hope y'all are around. I hope you will join in. If you like videos like this, crisis averted. If you like videos like this, sort of experimental booktube videos, I would hope that you will subscribe. Otherwise, let's just jump into this tag. Well, first I'm gonna make coffee, and then I'm going to do this tag. Okay, see you in a bit. So it was slightly longer than just making coffee. I made coffee, and then the mornings are always really busy for me because I am making breakfast for everybody and making sure everybody's ready to go in the morning. So it got kind of busy, and I took the time to get ready, and I have my coffee here, my decaf coffee with my cat mug, which I love. And then we're going to do Jim's S tag. So S is for science fiction. I have my computer here. S is for science fiction. Which science fiction author have you read the most books by? I don't read a ton of science fiction, but right now I'm currently reading Becky Chambers' Wayfarer series, A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, and I'm loving it, and I do want to read all of the books by her, and if I do, then I will have read the most from her. Otherwise, I've just read like one book from authors, Ender's Game, or I don't read a lot of sci-fi. It's not my genre. But it doesn't mean that it won't become my genre. S is for Star Trek. Which is your favorite Star Trek series? I've only watched the original series in earnest. S is for school story. What is your favorite book in a school setting? Originally, I wanted to mention the beloved Hogwarts, but I am not a Potterhead. That's what I'm calling these people, an affectionate term. I don't love Harry Potter. I read Harry Potter a lot when I was younger, and it meant a lot to me when I was younger, but I haven't revisited the series, and I don't think I've even watched all of the movies. But that was my instinct to answer. But instead, I thought about a book that I read last year, Betty Smith's A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which has a lot to do with education and school and just how horrible the schools were in like 1915, 1918 around in the United States in Brooklyn. But it has a lot to do with the school setting, and so I thought about among other things, family dynamics and neighborhood and just a ton of stuff. But school and the school setting has a lot to do with the story. So A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. S is for satire. What is your favorite satirical novel? Oh, I should have brought it to show. But that would be Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. It is a mammoth tome. One of my favorite things about that tome has nothing to do with his writing, but it has everything to do with how I read the book. And what happened was I started reading it and I was explaining it to my husband. It is a satire on the way that we consume media, among other things. And I was telling my husband about it, and he he was so funny. He was like, I want to read that book. So he bought himself a copy, and we ended up doing like a buddy read basically together. And so one of the best things about that novel was the fact that we read a 1,200 page book together, and we're able to discuss the themes and ideas and characters and all the things that one would do with a buddy read, but instead it was with the person that I'm spending my life with, which was amazing. Okay, prompt, log cabin. You are in a log cabin with no internet and no Kindle. In the log cabin are 4 books. Secret Sins by Dane Cobain, Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wang, The Accidental by Ali Smith, and City by Clifford, D. Same. But City. The book is called City by Clifford D. Sam? I don't know. I've never heard of any of these books. Jim, you really threw me for a loop here. So basically I would be reading the backs of these books as I did. I read about them. We have these 4 books. We're in a log cabin alone. Maybe I should go into it like a darker room. But anyways, which book do you start reading? So I would start reading The Accidental by Ali Smith because it seems like a cozy read. And I would probably just want a cozy read if I'm in a log cabin by myself with no internet. Okay, which book would you give to a booktuber? I would give City because it looked like a Michael K. Vaughan book. Let's just be real. It looked like a book that Michael K. Vaughan would read. So I would give it to Michael K. Vaughan. It is a little cold in the cabin. Which book would you burn in the hearth for warmth? I would probably burn the pages that I read from the books that I have read. I would burn, as I've read the pages, I got this from Cheryl Strait's Wild. I would rip the pages off. I would not throw them. I would put them in a pile and I would burn them as I was going. And it just depends on I feel like we're in a really dire situation, especially if we're burning books for warmth. But hopefully I'm a terrible fire maker, but I do like to make fires in our backyard when it's cold enough. We're almost getting into that season, I hope. But I would probably, as I read the book, I would rip off the pages. I would put them in a little pile. I would strike my match because I cannot make a fire without a match. And I would start burning the pages, and then I would throw the kindling that I gathered from this barbaric wasteland of a cabin, and I would throw the little kindling in, and I would start my fire that way. And so eventually, if I was there long enough, I would burn all 4 books. But if not, then I would just burn the pages of the book that I was currently reading. So, yeah. Or if I read them all, I would just start with the worst book first and start burning that one. I hope that, yeah, we're just going with that. Okay. Oh, my alarm. Okay, it is a little cold in the cabin. Okay, no, we just did that one. Okay, and which book would you leave behind for the next visitor? It would depend on who the visitor is, that's for sure. Again, if Michael K. Vaughan was coming in after me, I would leave him City, but otherwise, who knows? If I'm in the cabin too long, I would just, all of the books would be burned. Okay, next question. Thank you, Jim, for the mind twist of a question. I feel like I've revealed myself as a book burner. S is for Steinbeck. Which is your favorite Steinbeck novel? So I've only read The Red Pony by Steinbeck, so The Red Pony, but I have something for Nonfiction November that I'm going to be reading by Steinbeck. Yes, a nonfiction book by Steinbeck. I'm so excited about it, and I am going to be reading it with the David Wiley. Okay, so S is for Sartre. Is Sartre worth reading? Yes? I don't know. I've never read anything by Sartre. So yes, for me, maybe. I don't know. Just depends. Okay, S is for Shakespeare. Which is your favorite Shakespeare play? So I most recently read The Tempest, so I'm going to say The Tempest. I really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. I also finally watched most of, because our rental expired, because I wasn't on top of watching movies. We finally watched Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. I watched about a little more than half of that, and that was a lot of fun. But I had never seen it before. But anyways, my favorite Shakespeare play as of right now, The Tempest, because it's the one I read most recently. Otherwise, I haven't visited Shakespeare since my college days, which has been a while. What is the last Shakespeare play you saw performed at a theater? Y'all, confessions of a horrible booktuber. I have not seen Shakespeare performed live. Don't judge too hard, please. Come on, like, don't judge too hard. Okay, my kids are fussing. I'm gonna see what's going on. Here. S is for snack. This is my snack for today. S is for second cup of coffee. And S is the S for the S tag that we are going to continue with. Okay, so S is for short story. My computer is right here. So what is the preferred length of fictional reading material? It doesn't matter. I mean, I like short fiction. I like long fiction. I read short stories. I have to stop swiveling because I'm sure that will be annoying. I think it just depends on what the author is trying to accomplish and in what pages they are trying to accomplish that in. Obviously, there are books that feel rushed. There are books that feel wordy, bloated. So it just depends on how the author is writing the story that they're trying to tell. S is for subscribers, not a prompt, just a thank you that I've just passed 500 subscribers, which is what Jim said. And congratulations, Jim. You deserve every single one of those subscribers. Okay, bonus prompts. I'm only going to answer the one that I have the answer for, which is S is for superhero. What is your favorite superhero? And that would be Batman. I love Batman. Batman's huge in our household, mostly because of my husband. And we have a lot. I used to have a Batman skirt. I will put in a photo if I can find it. But yeah, I had a Batman skirt that I would wear when I was a teacher, and the kids loved it, and I loved it. And Batman is a lot of fun. Though Batman is like not super cool anymore. It's all about Spider-Man right now, right? Okay, and then I have some prompts. Because S is for a lot of things. S is for Shelly. S is for sugar. What is your favorite dessert? So, this is so hard because I am like a sugar fiend. I love sugar. I try not to eat too much of it because it's not good for me. But there's this cookie called Candy Crack or Christmas Crack, and it is a layer of saltine crackers with butter and brown sugar, I believe, on top, or maybe it's regular sugar, I forget. You put that in the oven so that it caramelizes, and then on top you put chocolate and some sort of nut. So usually I do like salted roasted almonds, and you spread that out, and so when you take a bite, you have the salt of the saltine, the caramel from the sugar and butter, and then the chocolate and then the salted almonds. It is so good. That's why it's called Christmas Crack, because it's like really, really addictive. I also make really, really good lace cookies. My lemon bars are famous among some circles here in the South. They're really, really good. What? One sec. Okay, so as I was saying, people break their diets for my lemon bars. This is a true story. They're devilishly good. My mom's peach cobbler, I love my mother's peach cobbler. We used to have it every summer because we had a peach tree growing up, and growing up I had a peach tree in the backyard, and so our peaches from our peach tree became part of my mom's peach cobbler. And that was some homemade vanilla ice cream, or probably my favorite type of desserty thing, which is whipped cream, which is, can you tell that I just love dessert? I have a passion for it. Okay, S is for sweet story. What is your favorite sweet story? And I was looking for an occasion to talk about this, so I decided to add in this question and talk about it. But Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, and the pictures by Clement Hurd. I read this recently. I don't remember reading it as a kid. And it is about a little bunny that says that he's gonna run away from his mom, and his mom keeps answering that, like, if he runs away, she'll go after him. And he says, well, what if I turn into a rock, or what if I do this? And she would just say, well, I would climb a mountain to find you. But as we were reading this, so here's the book, as we're reading it, there is a total nod to their other book, Goodnight Moon, right here. So this is the same, the bunny in Goodnight Moon. And it's also done by Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hurd. I about fell over when they like self-referenced themselves in this book. I just about died of happiness. Not died. I lived with happiness. It was amazing. 1 second, but it was truly amazing. 1 second. It's another day at home with the boys. But anyways, I lived when I saw that little self-reference nod to their previous book, Goodnight Moon. I cannot explain the joy that I had. Okay, so that is my sweet story. S is for shoes. What's a book that made you feel as if you walked in another person's shoes? And for me, that would be Alemende's. The most recent one is Alemende's An Unnecessary Woman. I really love that. Aaliyah is this sort of recluse woman living in Beirut who did help run a bookstore, but now spends her time translating one novel a year, which I don't know. There's something about that really stuck with me, and that I've just continued to think about her. And I really felt like I was taken on her journey, and that I walked away feeling as if she is now a part of me. I just really love that book. S is for style. Shall I show you my outfit of the day? Yes, I will. One moment. Okay, up top I'm actually wearing a dress. This is a shirt dress. And it's in this like denim material. I bought it secondhand. Again, that's for my last question I'm gonna do. I have these little stretchy, S is for stretchy bracelets. I have these stretchy bracelets that my aunt gave me. Pearl earrings from yesterday because I never took them out. They have the screw backs on them, so you have to like screw on the backs, and they're kind of a pain to take out and put in. So sometimes when I put them in, I don't take them out for a while. So you may see them in the next couple of weeks. It's just my earrings. And then yeah, let's see. I usually call my outfits of the day something. This is my comfortable, casual, we may be going to the library and getting some stuff done, but if not, I still am put together, which is a big theme with my outfits. All right, I have sandals. I still have sandals because it's not cold outside at all, and then I'll back up and show you the whole thing. All right, I have to hurry up. I'm running out of memory on this card. Okay, so S is for shuffle story. Have you ever seen a shuffle story? If you haven't, you will now. My father-in-law likes to give me gifts that are very bookish and literary. He's very generous in that way, and we both share a love for Edward Gorey. So he gave me this shuffle story. So apparently you have these cards and you can shuffle them and then read the story that way. So a mysterious urn appeared in the grounds. Agnes inherited the grandfather clock from Aunt Ada, and it'll tell you a story. Isn't that just neat? So neat. Here's the next one. You would think that these would be for my kids. No, these are for me. I will definitely share them with my kids for sure, but this is one of those precious items that I'll probably take out and read with my kids and then put it away in a spot so that they don't ruin them, or that this set doesn't get ruined, so that when they're older they can appreciate the set, you know, when they're older or whatever, which I just said. Okay, my last question. S is for shopping. Where's your favorite place to buy books? I'm endlessly curious about the reading and book habits of others. I personally like the secondhand, S is for secondhand shop, the secondhand shop in my hometown in Stockton, California, which is a used bookstore that's in collaboration with the library, and there you can get a ton of books for very, 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 very low prices. And so when I started actually secondhand book shopping, I grew up going to this secondhand shop, bookshop, that was in collaboration with the library called the Friends of the Library Bookshop. And so when I actually started going secondhand book shopping, I almost fell over when I saw the prices, because I didn't realize that secondhand books were sold for so much, because I was so used to getting them at such an inexpensive price. Now, I love to go in-person bookstore shopping, especially at secondhand bookshops, because your girl is kind of frugal when it comes to buying mostly anything. It really pains me to buy anything for full price, sans a few items. But yeah, especially for things that I collect or enjoy, so clothes and books, I like to buy secondhand. However, and this is also secondhand, but I do love thrift books now, which I have buying a good bit from lately, because they actually do have some really good prices. Occasionally I will buy from eBay, but I've actually gotten better luck with thrift books, pricing, shipping, and reliability wise, and condition. And then very occasionally I will cross-reference prices, because you know I'm super frugal when I spend the time doing that. Occasionally I will cross-reference prices for I'll cross-reference prices with prices that are on Amazon, but I rarely buy a book from Amazon. Oh, excuse me. I rarely buy a book from Amazon that is just like from their warehouse, brand new. Oftentimes I buy it from the secondhand sellers that have their selling on Amazon. Not trying to moralize anyone's spending or anything like that. You do you. But I do, I'm just a cross-reference little type of person searcher on the internet. I'm a cross-reference searcher. So I like to compare prices and find the best price for the item that I'm looking for most of the time. Anyhow, tell me about your shopping habits. Okay, S tag is over. How many? I hope you enjoyed this vloggy style S tag from me. And I'm gonna tag a few people. I'm gonna tag Michelle Lexi. I'm going to tag Alicia from Alicia Reads and Rambles. And I am going to tag David Wiley, because I don't think I've seen David do a tag in a little while. And I'd love to see David Wiley's S tag, along with Alicia and Michelle. I was going to choose people who had S's in their name, and then David, you threw me off because you don't have an S in your name. Maybe we could be like, David's Wiley. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm being silly at this point. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.